Hello and welcome to New Relic Data Bytes. This will be a two-part video. In part one, I'll discuss what Prometheus agent mode is, walk through some of the default configuration options, and finally, I'll perform a quick install into my Kubernetes cluster. Stick around for part two, where I'll talk about new Prometheus-based quick starts and how to install them into your New Relic account. Before we get into the configuration, let's take a moment to walk through this diagram and discuss what you'll be installing. Prometheus agent mode is installed using our Helm chart. We take some configuration inputs like your New Relic license key, cluster name, and other options, and we dynamically build a Prometheus configuration file. The Prometheus config file is presented to the Prometheus container running in agent mode, and it's responsible for scraping Prometheus endpoints and remote writing the metrics to your New Relic account. Reminder that this is Prometheus in agent mode, so that means you're only enabling the agent responsible for scraping Prometheus endpoints. Local storage, alert manager, and the query engine are all excluded, making it a lightweight, easy to manage way to send your metrics to New Relic. Okay, so I'm looking at the values file for the Prometheus agent. And before I get too far into this, I want to point out that this can be installed standalone in your cluster, or you can enable it through the NRI bundle Helm chart as well. So notice that in the NRI bundle chart, I've added a New Relic Prometheus agent section where I'm enabling the agent and passing through my configuration there. Going back to the Prometheus agent values file though, I'll start with the important information. Cluster name, obviously very important. You need to specify a cluster name. Also your New Relic license key. I've created a secret and I'm pointing the values file to that secret name and then the key within the secret where my license key is contained. Scrolling down, don't have time to cover every option here, but I will stop at some of the highlights. New Relic remote write. Nothing for you to do here by default. However, if you do need to tune remote write, we've provided some default values here that you can uncomment and tune as needed. Next is the Kubernetes section. This is where we're providing some ease of configuration. So you'll notice there is an integrations filter, which is enabled by default, and then a list of source labels. So we look for these labels in your cluster, and if we find a value that matches the values in this list, then we will automatically scrape and ingest these metrics into New Relic. Why is this important? These are directly related to a brand new set of Prometheus-based quick start dashboards and alerts that you can install in the New Relic UI on day one. You can also extend this list, so don't feel like you're limited to just the values that are here by default. And you can completely disable this feature by setting the enabled flag to false if you want to build your own Prometheus configs from scratch. Next, we have some relabel config, just as an example. So I'm dropping these metrics that I don't care about. I don't want to ingest them into New Relic. The next section are the scrape jobs. So notice that we are discovering pods and endpoints here by default, and we're looking for the Prometheus IO scrape annotation. There is also a New Relic job that looks for pods and endpoints, but ignores the integrations filter. So this is nice if you really want to selectively enable certain integrations. You can annotate those and bring those into New Relic in phases if you want. So this gives you a ton of control over your metric ingest. You can build and define your own jobs here as well, but we provide these two to you by default. Scrolling down to the end of this file, there is the extra scrape configs option. So this is just pure Prometheus scrape configuration. There's no extra stuff that New Relic is doing here. So if you have some scrape jobs that you've either used in the past or maybe you have them running in an existing Prometheus server today, you can drop those in here and feel confident that they're going to work without any additional modification. So in this example, I'm scraping the API server in EKS, and I'm doing some metric relabeling here. I'm simply dropping the buckets for this API server histogram. I don't think I'll really need them, so I'm going to go ahead and drop them. So that's the quick overview of some of the key configuration items and features of our Prometheus agent Helm chart. So I'm going to go ahead and do my install. Helm upgrade install New Relic bundle is the release name. So I'm actually installing this through the bundle into the New Relic namespace, and then I'm providing it my NRI bundle values YAML file. Okay, that is installed successfully. Quick check to make sure that the agent is up and running. And there is the New Relic Prometheus agent pod. And before we wrap up this video, I want to show you a quick way to validate that your Prometheus metrics are making it to New Relic. Look for Query Your Data in the left nav, jump into the query builder, and run this Merkle query. From metric, select uniques, metric name, where instrumentation.name equals remote write, and Prometheus underscore server equals the name of your Prometheus server. I'm using the default here, but this is fully configurable through the Helm values file if you want to change the name. As you can see here, I have a list of Prometheus metrics in my account. If you have any questions about getting up and running, visit our great documentation resources, or you can go check out the GitHub repo, which contains the NRI bundle Helm chart, as well as the Prometheus agent chart. Thanks for your time today, and please join me for part 2, where I'll be walking through how to install a Prometheus-based quick start into your New Relic account.